as I was saying, today in our maths, we want to look, first of all, at rounding off. Charmaine, you did very well in your exercise. You did very, very well, Charmaine. You are doing well. Very good. And also the rest of you who are given work and they write their work, very good. I like that. Right. Before we proceed to today's work, which will be proper fractions, our topic today is proper fractions. But I just want us to look at rounding off so that we help also Charmaine and others, rest of us, where she's rounding off decimal numbers. Right, let us take note of this when we are rounding off decimal numbers. We say a decimal number is a number that has got a comma. For us to identify a decimal number and say, no, this number is not a whole number, but it is a decimal number or a decimal fraction. The number, the word decimal means a comma. So how do we round off decimal fractions? For example, we have 0.5. 0.5 is a decimal fraction because we've got 0 as our whole number and then comma 5. And also, as we look at this number, we go back to our place values where we have to find what is the value of 0, what is the value of 5, in order for us to know which number we are changing. Okay, so in this manner, we've got 0 under units and then 5 under tenths, isn't it? So now we want to round off 0.5 to the nearest unit. So when we are talking about units, we look at this 0. This is the one that is under units. And then tenths, which means the number that is going to be either affected or not is 0. So if we were to write this in an abacus, we were going to say units and then tenths, then 0 goes under units, and then 5 under tenths, like that. So we underline 5 because it is the one that will either affect 0 as in units or not. And then we find that 5 is equal to 5. So we are going to add a 1 to units because it is the nearest unit or nearest whole number. So we take a 1 from this 5 and come and add it here to 0, 0 plus 1. Our answer now becomes 1. So, Charmaine, we are saying 0.5 to the nearest unit or nearest whole number, it's 1. So there is no need for us to put a comma again and put zeros when there are no other numbers after the comma. Let us not put a comma and put zeros as placeholders. 0.5 to the nearest unit or nearest whole number is only 1. Are we clear on that one? Charmaine? Yes. Very good. No need for us to put a comma and add another 0. No, it is 0.5 because 5 is equal to 5. Just add a 1 and the answer becomes 1. All right. Let's say, like, anyway, let us look at this example. I just want to give you few examples. 1,342. Right, there it is 1,342 to the nearest unit. Who can tell me now which number is under units here? Unmute and tell me which number is under units price. Unmute.
1, teacher.
Very good price. Very good, 1. So which number are we going to look at, which is either going to affect 1 or not? Justin? Justin, which number is going to affect 1 or not? Justin, can you hear me? Justin, what is wrong there? It's okay, Justin. Uncle, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Take him, it's okay. I understand. Yes, it's okay. Right? Which number? Which number is going to affect 1? Takuzwa. Takuzwa.
The number which is going to affect 1. 3.
Yes, it is going to be 3. So how is 3 going to affect 1 quickly? Sean? Sean? 3? Shame, how is 3 going to affect 1? Shame?
By looking at it, saying is 3 bigger than 5 or not?
Yes, and then?
And then if it's not big than 5, we add a 0 to 1 and then it becomes 1.
We do nothing, isn't it? We don't do anything there. All right, yes, that is what we have to say. Charmaine is smaller, so 1 remains the same. Right, also as I have said, which means 1,342 to the nearest unit, also it becomes 1. There's no need for you to put a comma and add all these zeros. Okay? Don't put a 0. You will a comma and put zeros. You will only put a numbers when there are other numbers. If numbers after a comma are zeros, leave the comma and zeros. That number becomes 1 as it is. Are we together then? Are we? Do we understand each other? Let's admit short track. Right, as I said, today's topic is proper fractions. There I was just highlighting what went wrong. But for today, this week, we will be looking at proper fractions. This is the topic for this week. Now, who can tell me what you understand by proper fractions? What is a proper fraction? Who understands? Proper fraction? Proper fractions? Takunda? What are proper fractions? Sean? Explain to us.
Proper fractions.
Yes.
Proper fractions are numbers with a comma.
Proper fractions number with the comma, Sean? No, those are decimal. Yes, Takuzwa.
A proper fraction is when the smaller number is the numerator and the bigger number is the denominator.
Right. Before you explain about the denominator and the numerator, I thought you were going to say a fraction is a number that has got a numerator and a denominator. Yes, that is the difference between a decimal, between a proper, between a whole number. Then, as you are saying, proper fraction is a fraction whereby the numerator is smaller than a denominator, which is very good. So we are saying fractions are numbers with a numerator and a denominator. Give me examples of these, Price. An example of a fraction. Shame, Price. Today we had got him. Charmaine?
3/4.
Yes, very good. I had my quarter, 1/4, and Charmaine is saying 3/4. If we look at this, we see that 3 is smaller than 4. So this is why we say it is a proper fraction, which means one day we are going to see fractions which are not proper. But for proper ones, numerator is the top number and the bottom number is the denominator. So whereby the numerator is smaller than the bigger number, the denominator, that number is a proper fraction. Takunda, more examples of proper fractions, please. Takunda?
1/4.
Here is 1/4. I have 1/4. Please give me yours.
2/4.
Yes, we've got 2/4. 2/4. Price, an example of a proper fraction. Speak up, Price. Cannot hear you. Open your. You are muted. Unmute, Price. Unmute. Unmute. Huh?
3/4, teacher.
Yes, we have heard about 3/4. Justin, you have joined us. We're talking about proper fractions, Justin. Please give us an example of a proper fraction which you remember. Unmute, Justin. Unmute.
5/6.
Very good. Very good. 5/6. Proper fractions are numbers whereby numerators are smaller than denominators. Charmaine?
1/5.
Yes, 1/5. So you should be you should be able to identify the numerator and the denominator in a given fraction. And also, I would expect you to write fractions in numerals or in words, in whatever manner you will be given, right? Let's say this one. Who can read this proper fraction? What is it? Can you see? Takunda? I don't feel you. Where are you?
3/8.
3/8.
Yes, it is written in numerals. So you can write it in words as 3 and then 8 like that. First of all, write 8 and then HS. So that is why I'm saying you may be asked to write the fractions in words or in numerals. Right, may you please write for me 7/10 in words? Or I start by writing it in numerals, 7/10. 7/10 in numerals. Write and show me. Write big, big, big letters like mine. Show me how you write 7/10. Quickly, Price, show me. Good, Price, very good, Price, very good, Takunda. Charmaine, very good, Justin. Takutwa, very good. Write that in words. Sean, your video is very faint. I think you have written the right thing. Words now, please, in words, quickly. 7/10 in words. Let's see, Justin. Very good, Justin. Charmaine. Show me 7/10, Charmaine. In words. Yes, Charmaine, very good. Who is that one? Takunda, very good, Sean. That's beautiful. Bryce, where's yours? TC, very good. Bryce, going again. Very good. So you should be in a position to identify these numbers. Write them in words, write them in numerals. Right. Now, can someone tell me which one is a numerator in this fraction? Justin?
Yes.
3.
Yes, 3 is a numerator. Sean, which one? What is 7? Sean?
7 is a denominator.
Very good. 7 is a denominator. So first and foremost, when we are dealing with fractions, we have to identify numerator, identify denominator. And then after that, after comparing our numerator and our denominator, finding that the numerator is smaller than the denominator, we should be in a position to say this is a proper fraction. Okay. And then when we are given those fractions, they could be in any manner, as long as the numerator is smaller than the denominator, the number is a proper fraction. Can you see this one? Who can tell me? Read this fraction. What is it?
27.
Yes, Charmaine?
85.
Charmaine?
77 over 95.
As long as the numerator is smaller than the denominator, it is a proper fraction. All right. Right. That is fine. I think for today, we are going to end here with our proper fractions. Now today, Pinky didn't join us. There is Celo Nduna. Who is this one? Let me admit and see this one. Also, Shadrach is struggling to join us. We hope in the next, in other lessons, you will be able to join. Right, I am going again to send you work, but people are not writing their work. What is the problem? Justin, you are not sending your work through Google Classroom. Charmaine, is either Charmaine or Takuzwa. Also, Bryce. Most of you are not sending their work through Google Classroom. What is your problem? Justin, you are not sending. What is the problem? Do you have, what are the challenges? Because after
It does.
huh? Justin,
When I'm sending the homework, it doesn't go.
why? What could be the problem? But do you send it in the correct manner?
It
Please,
it loads and then it stops in the way.
Really, I don't know, because you are supposed to send your work. Maybe when you are sending it, you have problems. Please let me know in my inbox. But you find Takuzwa, Charmaine, they are sending their work. Right, if all goes well, we're going to have 3 lessons. But now what I'm experiencing, we are many here when we start. Then the second lesson will be only maybe 3 or 4. The last one, only 2 people.
1.
I don't know what will be the problem now. Let me see those who are going to log in again. You are going to log in again now.
Yes, ma'am.
Justin, you are going to log in. Right, Justin, log.
Yes, ma'am.
We are logging out now. Let's log out and log